Hey, what's up, folks? Thank you for joining me for another video. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate it. I want to make this a quick video, as I want to be respectful of your time. Listen, we all know the difficulties of trying to find a 10x project or projects that's going to 10x here in the midst of a bull run. Before, it used to be ICOs, it can be airdrops. We then had IDOs, as well as whitelisting programs like the one that you see here on the screen through Polkastarter. And for all intents and purposes, these sounded like a good idea. However, as time has gone on, it's been clear that some of these ideologies have flaws. Take the one here for Polkastarter. A lot of the projects on Polkastarter actually are overcommitted. What that means is you can have more people who want to take part in this event than slots are available. With Polkastarter in general, this is one platform where you actually have to hold 3,000 Polkastarter tokens. Now, at today's price of Polkastarter being around 480 or so, that's around $14,000. So it's quite the investment to get in with Polkastarter. The other caveat to that is going into a pool that does not require Polkastarter tokens. Now, that's doable, and allegedly there's supposed to be a split where it's 50-50. So after the project becomes available, 50% of the allocated amount that Polkastarter gets will go into the pool that is in fact holding Polkadot or Polkastarter, and 50% of the allocated tokens will go into the pool that is not holding Polkastarter tokens. However, it's been said that if you are holding 3,000, that's probably one way to better your chances at getting onto the whitelist and actually getting an allocation when these things are allocated. Now, if you can get whitelisted and you actually get your allocation, that's a wonderful way. A lot of projects have 10x, some have even 100x, and it's creating a lot of life-changing situations for people who are actually fortunate to get in. What I want to talk to you guys about is a project that just showed up on my radar, and I'm really still in the process of vetting it, but I know some of you guys may be a little bit faster at this than I am. And, if it's something that can benefit you, I definitely don't want you to miss out on it. So the name of this project is called Launchpool, and allegedly the way that it works is you're going to hop on this platform here, and basically through staking Launchpool tokens into certain pools, let me cancel that, you allegedly are going to get access to certain tokens once they become available on Launchpool. So I suppose the ones that you're seeing here on this screen are going to be some of the projects that will be made available. You can actually stake the native token, the Launchpool token on this. You can stake 1inch, you can stake Bondly, Rune, Polkastarter, SushiSwap, Uniswap, and a variety of other tokens. And again, allegedly this is supposed to give you access to an allocation once the allocation has been made to launch pools. Now, the thing that kind of caught my attention, and on this, and I'm actually still waiting for some clarity here, is allegedly the people who are behind this are supposed to be venture capitalists of sort. I mean, I think if you're trying to invest in the projects before they become widely available, that makes anybody pretty much venture capitalists. But allegedly these funds, they already have pre-allocations, as I understand it, and they've committed a certain portion of those allocations to the actual launch pool platform here. So when you stake, and once allocations become available, you're going to get an allocation based on how much liquidity, if you will, you've provided to one of these pools. So if you provided 5% of the total, resources to a pool, then you're going to get 5% of whatever allocation that pool gets. Now, I think in theory it sounds good. However, we have to find out if there's things going to be implemented, such as hard caps that you would see on the Binance Launchpad. We need to find out if this thing is even viable. I've tried to find information regarding like the CEO on an interview and haven't really been able to find it. All of the information I have, or not just the CEO, but key figures in general, the information I have been able to find with the CEO is just really a gloss over, and I do mean a gloss over of how, a project like this would work. So if this is something that has captured your interest and you want to know how to go about getting onto projects before they make it to exchanges, I know where we're kind of at right now is people was try and find these things on the dexes and try to get a hold of them prior to them actually reaching a traditional exchange. And that really, for the most part, seems to be the most common way, the most beneficial way right now for people to get a hold of projects really before they start to make their run. Unfortunately, the problem with that is a lot of times if that's your strategy, you're probably going to end up picking a bad one over a solid one. And one of the value add propositions for Launchpool is allegedly they're going to go through and vet all of the projects on your behalf. So before you even get an allocation, they're going to be going through intense scrutiny. So in the fact that you do get an allocation of a certain coin, supposedly you'll know that it's going to be one that's going to be a significant project, and you can hold on to it, you can sell it, you can sell some of it, you can sell all of it, whatever you want to do. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Like I said, I'm still trying to go through and do my due diligence on this and find out just in fact what the legitimacy of this is. I think it sounds good, but we can't be impressed with just simple buzzwords on a white paper now. Like we've got to comb through these things very, very carefully and make sure that if you're going to put money into it, then they can do exactly what it is that they say they can do. So just take a quick excerpt here from the actual website. It just says, Italian Investing Launchpool believes that all project stakeholders are important as each other. Investment funds and communities should work side by side on projects on the same terms towards the same goals. So basically, they want to make sure that if you are involved in this, you actually get a fair shot at getting an allocation. It's supposed to be distributed 100% even amongst its users. Like I said, it sounds good, almost even a little too good to be true. So I would just be mindful of the risk that may be associated with a project like this before you get involved. So Launchpool explained. Launchpool connects varied stakeholders in the crypto industry, including funds, communities, and marketers, and expert incentivizing all. Basically, what this is saying that, hey, within this community, we actually have people who can do a really good job of pumping up a project and creating a lot of hype around it. Communities, you're probably going to see crypto YouTubers, guys and gals that write for crypto publications to kind of create a buzz, and just everybody trying to do the part to kind of help these things become as profitable as they can. And allegedly, the way that works, funds provide a portion of their deal flow to the Launchpool platform on exactly the same terms as they receive early investors. Now, when I look at something like this, it's kind of like if I'm the dev of a project, of course I'd want to go through Launchpool because I can work out a sweetheart deal with the guys at the top to say, hey, maybe I'll cut you in on a little extra if you guys can introduce me to, your supporters in your community. And, right there, that's kind of a red flag. I mean, I may be reaching a little bit, but I'd be remiss if I didn't think that that was a possibility. Pool holders stake pool tokens to access a related portion of the deal on offer. So that's kind of what I was making mention to, where if you stake, depending upon how much ever resources you provide to a staking pool, that's the amount of allocation that you will receive once that project becomes available. The holders are a community of investors, growth hackers, influencers, customers, traders, and knowledgeable industry participants who combine to form an incentivized community around the project they have invested in. So yeah, it's kind of us just taking pride in a project, and we'll go ahead and pump it and try and create a marketing buzz and a ruckus around it to try and draw in more people. Reading it out loud, it kind of, I don't know, maybe puts off one or two cautionary flags, but I'll save those for when I get the opportunity to really, take this thing apart and do a deeper dive on. Like I said, I'm not really too gun-ho on it. I like the idea, but yeah, it's just going to take a while to kind of see how this thing operates and see if it can do what, people want it to do. So the pool is open to all. Simply stake one of the tokens found on the staking page to start earning your L pool for free. You can withdraw your stake at any time. That is something that I do like. I mean, I think what would have been a total and absolute red flag is if they had it where you have to lock it up for a certain amount of time. But I don't know, man. With the amount of rugs that we're seeing today, in times like this, I'm always cautious about something like this. But, I mean, if it sounds good to you, definitely feel free to check it out. It's called Launchpool. I'm going to try and see if I can find some more information on this, maybe try and find interviews with some of the key players and see what they have to say about it. So apparently the staking ends in around 65 days. And after that, maybe we'll see the first project get ready to launch. Oh, here's the other thing that kind of and this is something that raised a red flag for me. So I start to look down here, and looking at this, you'll see that, okay, if you were in Omise Go and you got your allocation, you probably received a 58 return or a 58x. If you were in base, you got a 100x return, shares 7x return, and on and on and on and on and on. You're looking at this Voyager, wow, 5x return, dot 20x return. But if this is a new program, Voyager, dot, Ren, all these were out before Launchpool even became a thing. Hell, I remember buying in Cell when Cell was like 3 cents back in 2018. So how could Cell be working with Launchpool, and it wasn't even out then, right? Now, if you're going to say that maybe this is a representative of someone who was in one of these investment firms that actually got in on Cell, okay, well, that's cool. That's great for them. That doesn't really do a whole lot for people who will be using this platform. I just think if that's the message they're trying to convey, they need to kind of tighten it up and reword it. Otherwise, people who have been around in crypto for a long while, such as myself, are going to know that these projects were out long before Launchpool became a thing. But yeah. So the benefits for the Launchpool holders. There are 4 key benefits to Launchpool token holders: access to projects at the earliest rounds, enabling investors to access the best prices. And I think that right there, that's the draw. Everybody wants to get a hold of a project before it goes on an exchange. Hell, even before it gets to a DEX, right? And before it starts to perform those X's. Investment through a regulatory compliant means. Peace of mind that investments are made in a more bona fide project that has been vetted on a number of levels. I'd actually like to see, in fact, what that vetting entails. Chances to become a meaningful part of a new project's community. Sure, all those are fair points, but it's, we need more details. We need more information. And the benefits for projects who use Launchpool: promotion through association, leverage contacts and industry know-how, a ready-made community ready to engage, promote buzz, diverse customer base, and capital. Investment funds. Engage communities that leverage the power of crowd and turbocharge growth hacking. Okay, so that doesn't really seem like it's organic to me, and I think in this space, organic is definitely what you want. Community critique and feedback deepens insights into how and why our projects are successful. Secure more top quality projects. Opportunity to give something back, to be closer to the crypto community. Yeah, that's like fluff right there. That really doesn't scratch that out. That doesn't even mean anything. One noted mention that I should let you guys in on before we call it a wrap is apparently this is not available to people inside the United States. I don't know if they KYC. If they don't, maybe you can backdoor into it through a number of ways I won't say on here, but definitely look into it if you think this is something that you want to invest in. If not, keep an eye on it. Let's take a look and see what the price is right now. I mean, you can actually go and get the Launchpool token right now. Let's take a look and see how much it is. All right, so Launchpool token is currently $20.40. So I mean, it's got a little bit of, it's going to cost a little bit of money. I don't want to say it's too expensive, but yeah, it's going to cost a little bit of money. Market cap sitting at 37 million, 38 million. Trading volume over the last 24 hours is 2 million. So it's not like it's necessarily a super small cap. I say it's a mid cap. I'm going to say I feel bad about it today. The numbers on that are 21.79. And over the last 7 days, it's down 18%. So, I mean, it may not be a bad idea to get in. The all-time high right now is sitting around $24. Let's check and see where it's at over the last 180 days. 74 February 2021. Yes, we got to figure out what exactly happened. If it's just going through a little bit of retracement, or what exactly is it doing? Because I mean, this is a horrible chart. I wouldn't want to invest in that. But yeah, put it on your watch list if you think it's something that you want to take a part of. And I got this off of ICOdrops.com. ICOdrops.com. Just really trying to put this together as a new series of videos that I want to put out for you guys in terms of trying to find, or a how-to as to find the latest and the greatest projects, or at least definitely the latest. So ICO Drops is definitely a website that you can use, and we'll cover other tactics in another video. That's all I want to cover for you guys today. It's not really a whole lot going on in the market right now. Check back this weekend. Probably going to release a handful of videos just to kind of keep you guys updated in the loop. Till then, I appreciate you guys for joining for this video. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.